Our favourite meteorologist, she's here to tell us what the coming days will bring, because apparently, apart from the 50 days of rain we're going to have in the summer, it's not looking that nice. Nazaneen, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Good to be back on breakfast, but
Yes,
in a different
nice to see
format.
you. Absolutely, slightly different, not quite as expensive, I think is what you find. But anyway, listen, it's not looking great out there for the summer season, is it?
It's not looking too bad, actually, for this week, if that's what you're talking about. This week, yes, we are seeing slightly more unsettled conditions,
Yeah.
especially over the next few days. Sunshine, showers. So, yes, there will be some sunshine at times, but in between, there will be some heavy and thundery showers, especially across central, eastern, and northern parts of Scotland, where there's a weather warning
Mm.
today for thunderstorms. So, some of those downpours could be heavy, thundery, with the risk of hail
Mm.
across these areas for today. But actually, as we head towards the weekend, we see high pressure building from the west. What does that mean? Well, that means that the weather will become more settled into the weekend. So we're likely to see more drier conditions. And with more in the way of sunshine, it will feel warmer as well. Not bone dry. There will still be the risk of some showers around.
Right.
But I think generally speaking, we're looking at dry conditions towards the weekend. But you did mention those 50 days of
Oh, I
wet weather
know. God, help
that was
us.
in the headlines. Now, I just want to clear that up because it's not possible that we can predict exactly how many days of wet weather there will be. And for it to be a wet day, it could just be 1 millimetre of rain
Right.
in Scotland. The rest of the UK could be dry, and
Yes.
that would count as a wet day. So
Right.
that's not really very accurate at all. So
Okay.
I don't think that's likely. But looking at the long range forecast, I think it's looking mostly fine and settled for the first half of June. And although it is not quite accurate to be looking too far ahead, but
Mm.
for mid-June, it does look like we might be going back into more of a sort of low pressure in charge sort of scenario, which means more wet weather is
Yes.
likely, the wetter conditions than average. But that's basically what we're looking at for summer, for the start of summer.
Well, I might come back to you when we get closer to July the 4th to see what the weather's going to be like for Election Day, because that can sometimes get
Yeah.
people in or out depending on what's going on. But I can tell you, I lived in Glasgow for a few years, and 50 days of rain is entirely predictable for a Scottish summer, because that's what it was like. I think we had, in the first June I lived there, it was 26 days of rain in that month alone, which was amazing.
I mean, that's not quite that unusual for Glasgow. A lot of our weather systems come in off the Atlantic and they are close to the Atlantic there. So, yeah, that's probably quite accurate.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
would say 360 days a year, you're probably having wet days there.
Exactly right. Nazaneen, great to see you. Thank you very much indeed for joining us again on Breakfast. Nazaneen Ghaffar there with a bit of a short-term look at how bad the weather's going to be. A lot of thunderstorms, a lot of floods in some parts of the world. You just have to keep your fingers crossed and hope that it doesn't rain on you.